So we're going on a trip. We're on a motley crew, and the island that we're going to is very small. It's about 20 minutes away, and what a day we picked to go. We have Beth, who injured her foot and is limping along, and with me I have a sciatic nerve trapped again, which happens about every several years, and then I suffer for a little while, and then with some exercise and usually the help of a chiropractor, it's usually handled. But today we're going out, and you can see that by the sky nothing is certain. The forecast, according to the computer, the forecast today was for scattered thunderstorms, which is not ideal, is it, when you're going to go even to a small island that's not very far away. Usually we go over to that island over there, which prior to Grandma leaving us for another place, we used to call Grandma's Island. I don't know what the island is called. I called it Grandma's Island, and everybody followed suit. But you can see, when I said we're going, I pointed out the not a small detail of scattered thunderstorms to Beth. She said, oh, we're going on a big boat, and now you can see what I suspect we're calling a big boat. Now, recently, in the last couple of years, I guess, which is recent, that they've extended this, and it goes quite a way, and now all of the smaller boats go from here, and a terrific amount of trade is going from here. See, now look, I pointed this out before when we were doing our last houses. These are for the NEPA. This is NEPA. This is what they use for doing the roof, and they do those up in what look like 4-foot pieces, and they make the roofs out of that. It lasts about, I think, 3 or 4 years. Then it has to be done again. Meantime, you can see that all of this is actually mangroves, and there, stuck out in the middle, is a little tree that never quite, it doesn't get submerged, but you can see all of those outgrowths. There's a name for those I used to see in Florida, and I think they call them knees. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, all of that is protected. You're not allowed to go in. I mean, any real estate person would tell you, wow, if you could make that into a saleable property, you would be rich. But you're not allowed to do that, and the penalties are quite severe. So there's a lot of development going on here. Even this is a lot of development here in the Philippines, and you can see that a terrific amount of trade is done here, going out to lots of different islands. And if you look around, you can see there are lots of, they look as if they're all joined into one, but they're actually not. The dark line right on the top there is Cebu. And that, as I said, is Grandma's Island, and this is our party. Unfortunately, we have one dropout. We invited Johnny to come with us, who's done so much, but he wasn't able to come. He's had to get some treatment for his back. I know the feeling. This is something in the Philippines that I never quite understand, how so much of this soft drink is consumed. You can go and you can see various places where they're storing the empties, and it is astonishing just how much of that stuff is consumed. Now, I was a consumer of it myself until I realised that it wasn't taking me to any great destination of good health. Here's another couple. Those are the big bottles, and they're sold in every sour store. And sometimes the empties don't quite make it back. They're used for holding gas to be sold at sour stores to the motorcyclists and the tricycle drivers, and they sell it like that. So here we've got our own party, and we're going out to a small island, quite a tiny island apparently. It's privately owned, and it is well, let me say a fledgling resort. We got it incredibly cheap. Apparently it has four rooms, 4 bedrooms, and the price I believe was 4,500, and it's exclusive, so it will only be for us, which, when you're like Beth and you've been watching some movies called Wrong Turn, where people have been going along doing their thing and having a good time, and then they take a wrong turn and find themselves in Satan's kitchen and the horror story that follows. I'm not a believer at all in horror movies. I don't watch horror movies. I have little horror in my life, and it's enough. So she's thinking, well, why? If we're exclusive and it's only us, and we don't know the people that we're staying with, and there's a potential horror story is waiting to unfold. Which is why Beth was disappointed that Johnny wasn't able to come, but she only thought of it as a fail-safe last night, and called him and asked him if he would like to come, which he said he would love to, but he's not able. Now you can see we got up early this morning, and everybody is waiting by the roadside. We've got our bags packed. We've got to take food with us, so some of this now is rice, and we've got several chickens, barbecue chickens already done, and it indicates to you how things are done here on this little island of Behold, because that's what it is. It's just a small island, and all of this is done very much on what time does the boat leave, what time can you get here. And then when we got here, I say which boat. As you can see, how many boats? Must be 100 boats. Which one is it? And she says, I've got, just go and park the truck, and I'll text them. So she messages the person who's providing the boat, and when I say, is this the place? Is this where the boat comes in? Go and park the truck, and we'll see. They're on their way. That's a very popular saying. They're on their way. Things like wait for a moment, and they're on their way, and even out of stock is very common. So it's not a case of like a foreigner you're going on a trip. I can just imagine somebody in America going on a trip, and it would be, what time are we leaving? And we need to leave at this time in order to get there on time, and then we would then stress about, well, come on, you're late, and we're late, and we'd be afraid would be afraid of being late for trying to get there without killing myself. We would be then stressing about the time. Well, what time does the boat leave? Well, the boat leaves at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, and it takes an hour to get there. We'll leave at 7:45. And then on the way, we stop and we buy a toothbrush and get load for the phone and pick up the rest of the girls. And we've got a load actually with us, Dad and Lorraine, and of course Taliklik and Bibi and Ollie, Lovey are all coming with us from the house. So there, and then we have to pick up the rest on the way. So we pick up the rest of the guys and then we make it down to the port. Well, when we get here, here's me as a foreigner. I'm saying, well, we're going to be late. And then of course somebody is going to be saying, we're going? Is that our boat? Oh wow, isn't it? It's huge, isn't it? Yeah. Scattered thunderstorms is very much on my mind. But of course, it will have, how many of us? So 10 of us, it will have 10 life jackets, I'm sure. And yeah, my problem is how will I get on that thing with my with my nerve charged back and legs. How will I do it? Everybody else will be wading out in the water, which I'm not going to do because I'm here in foreigner footwear, as you can see, and everybody else is in Filipino footwear, which is bare feet or slippers. So I take it somebody will help me onto that boat. Maybe they'll have a gangplank or something. But anyway, that will be it. Not sure what the time is now, but what does it matter? We're in the Philippines. And he has a plank. Now they're telling me, now suddenly it's urgent that we're on time because he's just arrived. But anyway, we'll do what we can do. Oh, I'm really looking forward to walking up that thing. But that will be another video. Bye for now.